Forgive and forget, man. I got a lot to learn about that one. Hi, friends. It's Adam, the crippled cannabis cowboy. Thanks for watching my video on exploring forgiveness. I'm exploring it myself, and it's a new frontier. I actually thought I knew somewhat about forgiveness, and I guess I kind of did, but in time, being disabled, things recycle, and you have to revisit some things like forgiveness. And just going off my past and what's happened to me, forgiveness can get really, really deep, man. It can make you think of shit you did too long ago. So that's kind of why I wanted to put together this video for you. Well, for people in the boat I'm sailing in, you don't want to be in this boat. It's just something I'm noticing, but quite often I get very quiet. I kind of just sit there. I'm collected. I don't say anything. It was pointed out to me today in one of my classes, and I definitely believe it. You become very secluded when you have something like I have. Like you're disabled, you have a hard time seeing, you have a hard time walking. Life kind of ends, and when life ends, your mind begins. Just a couple things that I've noticed. Well, really, it's kind of two right now. But when you feel like shit to this level, you're gonna think of things that you did a long time ago that you're not happy with yourself. You're not, I've thought back to times when I was a teenager. I've thought back to times when I was like an adolescent in some cases. And I just kind of want to let you know that when that does happen to your brain, and it will if you're in this condition, I've come to learn to kind of forgive myself right away. It took practice. I didn't just start doing it right away. You sit and you feel guilty, you feel like shit. You go through all those things. But then you sort of realize something, that you are holding on to something that you shouldn't hold on to. Something that you did when you were a child. I recommend letting go of it because it's just going to haunt you for the years to come. So typically, to make it simple for people to understand, anything that I did when I was a teenager or younger, I kind of automatically forgive myself because I was so stupid. I look at myself like stupid. So if it happened a long time ago, you might be carrying around something that you don't have to carry around. The second one, that's the tricky one. That's kind of that other one happens now too, but then there's the feeling stupid about yourself and the choices you've made up until now, all the way, anything I did in my 20s, 30s, 40s, I kind of stick it in this, almost like, hey, you should have known better. But in many cases, I did not know better. I didn't know anything. I was just as fooled in believing the things that I thought were good for society. And now that I'm sick and I'm gonna pass, you start to look at other things. So I have come up with a term that kind of helps me, but I've been using the term for years, and that's called sit with it, and that's what I do now. So anyone I ever dated, any job I ever had, anything I ever did, I look back. If I do feel foolish and I feel stupid, that's a hard pill to swallow, but I didn't know any better. I don't think they knew any better either. I had ridiculous problems that no one noticed, and those problems go back many, many years. The problem is, what am I, stuck in a blame game? Am I trying to blame somebody? You know, I didn't even know what the hell was wrong with me. They didn't know what was wrong. Nobody knew what the hell was wrong with me. So when something like this happens to you, it's a surprise to you, your family, anyone close to you. Getting diagnosed with anything is very dramatic. It's gonna be traumatizing to you. So the best I could say with that one is sit with it, learn from it. You know, the mistakes you made, try not to make them again. You know, I do feel really stupid because sometimes you can't do anything about certain things, and I'm renowned for saying this now, but you might not get the answers you want. So in light of all this forgive and forget, it's something to explore in your own brain. And like I said, the young stuff when you were a kid, learn how to forgive yourself right away. There's no sense in dragging some heavy shit like that. You're better off letting it go. You know, you didn't know any better, now you know better. And the things like now, if you're upset now, you didn't know any better, now you know a little better. So take the lessons that you learned and apply them. Thanks for watching my little video of me belly aching. Subscribe to the channel, tell a friend, whatever, share, comment, like, those kind of things. Those things actually help the algorithm, help I don't know if it's the algorithm or my algorithm, but it helps me out a bunch. Thank you. Until next time.